sure you share this video. So yeah, man, let's deal with this Kanye West situation real quick, man, because a lot of people, a lot of the headlines today about an hour ago went up. Kanye went on his Instagram, and a lot of people think that he's kind of talking about Donald Trump. So I'm going to read some of his tweets here as you see him on the screen. I'm going to get Sandman's opinion on this.
Right.
Kanye says, I'm not sure if this is any particular order, but my eyes are now wide open, and I now realize I've been used to spread messages I do not believe in. I am distancing myself from politics and completely focusing on being creative. I guess he's talking about Candace. I introduced Candace to a person who made the logo and they didn't want their name on it, so she used mine. I never wanted any association with it. Belex. I have nothing to do with it. And he said, I would like to thank my family, loved ones, and the community for supporting my actual beliefs and my vision for a better world. But the tweet that's really standing out is the one where Kanye is pretty much coming out saying that he's now distancing himself from politics. He feel like, his words have kind of been twisted, what we've been saying for a long time. Saying, man, what do you think about Kanye West's, so-called Twitter rant that you brought to my attention?
It was interesting because the headlines automatically said it was he was denouncing himself from Donald Trump. I thought that was interesting, that he didn't use any names. Right. And then we heard the tweet about Candace. I introduced Candace to the person who made the logo, and then they want their name on it, so she used mine. And I was like, well, what is he talking about?
Right.
So for the people who don't know, I looked it up, and this is conservative activist Candace Owens, and she says she wants to, quote unquote, free Black voters from the decade-long grips of the Democratic Party and is urging them to support a new movement she calls Blexit. Now, Blexit is a renaissance, Owen told Fox News, giving the backstory, behind a campaign she launched over the weekend. Blexit is the Black exit from the Democratic Party. It's the Black exit from the prominent victimhood, the Black exit from false idea that we are somehow separate from the rest of America. The campaign made headlines recently after it was revealed Kanye West helped her design the Blexit logo. Blexit, and I'm probably fucking that all up, but excuse me. Kanye saw my original design and said, I can do better. Owens recalled, it certainly was. He redesigned the logo with vibrant colors inspired by his trip to Uganda. So he's denouncing that. He's saying that he had nothing to do with that. And now he's also saying that his eyes are open and he no longer want to be involved politically with anything. I take this a number of ways. I just don't take it on the way of Donald Trump. I think, yeah, he may be talking about Donald Trump. He probably is, but I think he's talking about a whole 360-degree spectrum, because not only did we see, and I brought this up, we seen it used a different way. The second he put on this MAGA hat, he had your quote unquote pro-Black Democrats crazy. He's a coon. He's this. He's this. He's a disgrace. He's this. And then you had the racist white, just whoever voted for Trump for the reason of him being white and wanting to make America great again. They jumped on the bandwagon and they were saying, yeah, look, Kanye's on our side. Kanye's on our side. But no one listened to what he said. They only ran with the hat.
Yeah, facts.
So he's getting away from that. He's not just getting away from Trump. He's not just getting away from this. He's tired of the media steering the narrative and painting the picture that they want with his voice. And that's what it seems is coming off to me. I don't see him getting away from just that. I see him getting away from the fucking coon comments. I see him getting away from he doesn't love Black people. I see him getting away from he just loves white. I see him getting away from all that shit, in my opinion. He's being talked about with mental health. They're using that as a crutch. His brother's just trying to, create music. And we've been saying that all along.
Right.
You know what I mean? That's just my answer.
Yeah, that's dope, man. I definitely agree with everything, you pretty much said, in that regard with Kanye West. And yeah, man, I think, the media definitely, has twisted, his words. But what's more, I think more important, is that exit from the Democratic Party. I think that's huge, man. You know what I mean? Because I know, again, we talked about this, us growing up. If we was voting right now, I'm sure we'll be, if we wasn't what we are, know what we know, we'll be going Democrat when a vote. And this because we was just kind of conditioned just to do that. And our parents probably will vote Democrat. And I know people personally who just go all the way down the line. They don't even look into, so people are programmed. So, yeah, man, that I think Kanye is probably a good move at this point. Cause I think, he's better. He's a better rapper. He's better expressing himself, as a rapper. Not to say that he did a bad job. We were the first people to actually defend Kanye and decipher all the madness, in the media and show what's really going on, what he was really, saying. We broke it down point for point. So yeah, man, get back to the music. You're doing your thing with you know, the Yeezy brand. You know, the politic thing is like, you know, when you're dealing with the CNN and the left and the right and all that stuff, they're going to twist. They got different news platforms that's going to twist and take what they want and put it out there. So this might be the best move for Kanye, you know, even though he might not really want to do that. I'm sure he wants to be that person. Stick to music, my nigga.
Oh, God, let's give him the uncensored truth about politics real quick, because we never really talk about it. We usually just give them on the YouTube, and we kind of stay middle ground, understanding the politics behind YouTube.
Mm-hmm.
But we're doing our own fucking thing right now, so we can talk about it. So
hell yeah.
Today, like no other, we hear vote, vote, vote. Especially we get the Trump administration, and it's ran by hate. It's ran by this. It's ran by that. We have no other. We need to get out and vote. We need to show our voice. And now we hear the Democratic Party. We hear the Republican Party. And then we hear other sides like my man, Nick Cannon.
Mm-hmm.
He was at Howard University, and he was saying that he doesn't vote at all. It's a show. You know what I mean? And I know sometimes I vote, sometimes I don't.
Right.
And I know that, like you said, we were conditioned to automatically assume Democrat. And when you start looking into Democrat, the KKK was started with Democratic Party, if I'm not mistaken. Those two have very similar correlations, and it goes deeper than that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, some of our most favorite Democratic presidents were some of the worst for Black people.
Thanks.
So I think more than ever, we have to get away from the red and the blue and the Democrat and the left and the right. And we have to see what's going on and what best suits us and what's going to make us better. And that doesn't start with the president. That starts locally. That starts with our local congressmen. That starts with our local people. And we got to just start paying attention a lot more. Now, I'm going to ask you, oh God, does it matter? Does our Black vote matter today?
Yeah, it definitely matters. You know what I mean? In certain areas. But like you said, though, you made a great point, and I can only add to it when you talked about we got to get away from the red and the blue, because it's just like they still giving you the choices. You know what I mean? And it's like, what if you don't like either one? It should be something else. You can say, I don't want none of them. Let's do it this way. So when you're giving me my choices, do I really have a choice? If I gave you a choice, you know, of jumping in a fire, jumping, you know, and drowning in the water, which one you going to pick? You still, you know what I mean? They both still killing you. So yeah, man, I think that we need to just, I don't like it either. I'm with Nick Cannon. You know, even though it can be affected, like, you know, you can be effective. Definitely not, maybe not so much with the presidential, because that's the, you know, the electoral college picks that, but definitely locally, like you said, your local sheriff, you know, councilman, things like that, where that could really affect you more so than the whole president thing. You know, things is going on right there, you know, in your community. I know in the area close to here, you know, they're now voting for the shot spotter thing, you know, to come. So now what they're doing is having a little luncheon with the cops. You can go sit with the cops, have coffee with them. They're going to explain what the shot spotter is. And pretty much everybody knows that.
Who the fuck can sit with the cops? Who?
Yeah, I'm not saying I would do it, but I seen it when I was eating breakfast today. I seen they had the thing up there in the restaurant and shit. Where, you know, pretty much when you shoot the gun, it alerts the cops to what the shot, exactly what the shot is. Like, whatever.
What fuck does it matter if it's in my fucking rib and I'm dying?
That's what I'm saying, right? They come in when the shit's done anyway. So, you know,
read analytics on my death now.
Right. So it's just like, you know, and even more so us, you know, I myself at some point want to get involved, you know, in local politics, you know, so us getting involved, brothers and sisters growing up and getting involved ourselves, you know, and city council, starting there and moving on up, maybe even going to mayor. So yeah, instead of just complaining and letting them choose stuff, we got to start to take initiative. So I'm with that exit thing. I'm with that, but as long as it's done the right way.
It looks like a narrative was being painted in that regard, because she wasn't trying to drive people from the Democratic Party into free thought, or out of the Democratic Party into free thought. She was trying to drive Black people into the Republican Party, which is no different.
Exactly. I was going to ask you. Right.
And that's some corny shit.
Right.
Cut it out.
There you go.
Cut it out. Yeah, you know what I mean, that's whack. And you are definitely going to have people coming at you with bullets if you get into politics, because you're just too real. But I hear what you're saying.
Yeah.
We both talk privately, and it takes money, it takes good credit, it takes certain things to become and have a voice. And once that voice is heard and once that voice is established, there could be some things done. You know what I mean? And that's what we need to educate ourselves on. Oh God, I want to ask you a question, because you see in mainstream media, especially in urban media, go out and vote is like no other. You see it like crazy. But they also seem to be steering a narrative as well, oh God, because they're not telling you to freely think. They're not telling you to just to look. Some people are, but that's not the narrative that is being painted. Talk about that. Yeah. And what's going on in hip hop.
Yeah, that's another great, you know, point. You see, like, you got these people now who always pop up, seem they probably most likely they getting paid. They get a check endorsement from either party. Go out and vote. And then they got the person, whoever that is, whether it be somebody from the Democratic Party, you know, or the Republican Party. I think even when you go to the larger stage, people with the Obama thing and loving the hell out of Obama, you know, and then the people kind of the Trump and the things like that. Yeah, it's crazy, man. It's just like you could tell people, like, you can't tell hip hop that Obama ain't the best thing that happened to us. You can't tell them, but when you go and start sifting through, you know, the numbers, because Jay-Z said numbers don't lie, but he, you know, we see that, you know, it might be a little bit, you know, that might be a little bit twisted there, but y'all do your own research on that, on whose presidency is worse, you know, or better, who, you know, so that's another topic. But yeah, man, I think that's a, you know, very, very, you know, valid point. You know, it's always an agenda. Whoever's putting the money up pretty much going to control the narrative, and they got these artists in their back pocket. If you